It's difficult to know who is deluding themselves more about the war in Iran. US President Donald Trump, or Grok, Elon Musk's AI platform, wrongly claimed that footage of a fire in Glasgow was related to an incident in Tel Aviv. It also confused a video appearing to show oil fires in Iran with a 2017 blaze near Los Angeles. Trump's done little better. He's called for a mass uprising, demanded unconditional surrender, claimed he would choose the next leader, and suggested Iran was being beaten to hell. But the post that shows that this commander-in-chief is in a world of his own was the one in which he said that the assassination of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader, was the greatest chance for Iranians to take back their country. The exact opposite happened. Thousands came out onto the streets in cities all over Iran to mourn their lost leader and pledge vengeance. The assassination of Khamenei might have revitalized and given new direction to the Islamic Republic and the Iranian Revolution. Iran under Khamenei acted pragmatically. Yes, it was ruthless in dealing with internal dissent, and yes, we saw that twice in recent years, but it was also cautious. Iran didn't reply to the serial killings of its generals and top scientists. It kept to its red lines, which were not to attack its neighbours or close the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's oil and gas go each day. There was one exception: the drone attack on Abqaiq and Khurais oil fields in eastern Saudi Arabia in 2019, temporarily halving Aramco's daily output. But the drones came from the north, from Iraq, and the missiles came from the south, the Houthis, so there was an element of deniability. Iran did not attack its Gulf neighbours when Trump, in his first term, killed Qasem Soleimani, the top general, nor when Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was killed at a guest house run by the Revolutionary Guards after the inauguration of President Masoud Pezeshkian, nor indeed when several senior military commanders were killed by Israel in the 12-day war last year. Khamenei represented the second phase of the Islamic Republic, which weighed its response. When Iran did reply after Soleimani, Iran targeted 2 US bases in Iraq, but this was choreographed. Iran told Baghdad the missiles were coming, giving time for US troops to get under cover. This was not the case with its first supreme leader, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. His Iran was revolutionary and as such unpredictable. Khamenei's assassination during Ramadan may well have changed Iran for good. Far from killing the revolutionary spirit, this assassination may well have revitalized it. In 2 weeks, Iran has all but closed the Strait of Hormuz, severely curtailing oil and gas production along the Gulf. Iran has created a global oil crisis, several times the magnitude of the 1973 shock. Iran has made a mockery of the US promise to protect shipping lanes, so much so that the Gulf states are seeking private foreign military specialists to man their raiders and their planes. Manama, Kuwait City, Dubai, Doha, and Riyadh all have been peppered with drones. 14 countries in the region have been dragged into the war, including Cyprus, alongside 3 other European powers, Norway, UK and France, who've had their air bases or embassies attacked. Indeed, the US bombardment appears to have galvanized Iran. Crowds came out onto the streets and stayed there until well after midnight to cheer the appointment of Khamenei's son, Mojtaba, as his successor. Mojtaba is the man Trump explicitly told Iranians not to choose as their leader, a warning reinforced by Israel's daily revised kill list. But in choosing Mojtaba, the regime is telling Trump he can't bully Iran. The 56-year-old son is a principalist with long-established connections to the IRGC. Unlike Trump's sons, Mojtaba is well dug into the country's security state. He also wields political influence. A supporter of the former populist president Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, Mojtaba was accused of helping to mastermind both the claimed rigging of the 2009 election and the crackdown on the protesters that followed. 2 weeks after they were first attacked, Iran still has got cards to play. Their other great allies, the Houthis, have yet to enter the war. But if they do, they have the power to attack shipping going through another strait and another choke point in shipping traffic, the Bab el-Mandeb Strait at the mouth of the Red Sea. So how does this end? Bit by bit, the pressure of the turmoil gripping the oil and financial markets will build on Trump if this war is not over quickly. Higher petrol prices do not augur well for Trump. This is not a president who can ignore what Wall Street tells him, especially in a year where he faces midterm elections and with only 20% of support at home for this war. To pursue this war to the end, the US would have to occupy 1 or 2 key straits to protect international shipping lanes, and they can only do this with troops on the ground. None of this can be done quickly quickly or easily. Trump just could declare victory and walk away, but his legacy would be in tatters, and Netanyahu's messianic vision for a region dominated by Israel would be stopped dead in its tracks. No future US president will be let down the same path by any future Israeli leader. Just register how silent Vice President J.D. Vance has been throughout this crisis. To prevail, Trump needs Iran to crumble, and to do so soon. It shows no signs of doing so. Rather, its survival strategy appears to be working. But in the meantime, this war can go a lot further in wrecking nations, destroying oil fields, burning Gulf wealth, and killing thousands of civilians. This is the price the region is paying for one man's ego, another man's messianic vision, and the impotence of Europe that stands by and watches. Thwarted and frustrated, Trump and Netanyahu are currently the two most dangerous men on this planet.